Okay, this is the water heater video, and I probably wouldn't store my gas-powered lawnmower next to my Tesla charging station and next to my gas-fired water heater. For example, the Tesla charging station is supposed to be located a certain height off of the garage floor and to protect it from gas fumes. But now we've elevated the level from which the gas fumes are introduced. Now the gas will settle, so I mean we can have this argument all day long, but I just think I would find another location. This is my 2 cents. Okay, but we're not here for that. We're here for the water heater. This is a tankless water heater. It's about 1 year old. It was not installed properly. Okay, this is your pressure relief valve. Okay, and that's how we know it works. Okay, it should have an air gap in the same room as the water heater, and okay, it doesn't have an air gap in the same room as the water heater. If it did have an air gap in the same room as the water heater, okay, well, what would catch the water? We would, I mean, through the air gap, because there's a gap. Okay, so at that point we would install, for not very much money, we just install a safety pan. This manufacturer may require a safety pan regardless. Okay, they may require a safety pan. There's not a safety pan here. They may not require a safety pan. You're going to want to fill in, you do not have a warranty if you don't fill that in. They might honor it or whatever, but this, it'd have been nice if the builder had filled this out for you, but since the builder didn't take that proactive step, I highly encourage you to fill out your warranty registration card. In fact, I'll just put that on there. The water heater warranty registration card was not filled out. The thermostat is here by the water heater. This little pipe coming down here, that's kind of silly. That's a sediment trap. That's a good thing. But we come over here and we look on our gas valve right here. Look at that. See the tape on there? All right. You can bolt this up and it'll work. You can bolt that up and it'll work. But what's going to happen, okay, is that it might have been set at the factory pretty close, but what might happen, I'll put it that way, is that it might not operate as efficiently, and you paid extra money for this. This is an expensive animal. This is an exotic car. And it's not a Ford Fiero, so it's a Porsche. So you want to get all the performance you were asking for. Well, that'll help. That'll help you get there. Now, when this was installed, see this nipple right over here? That is for, this is a low energy, high efficiency unit. And if you put your hand, that's why we can have a plastic exhaust pipe. It doesn't get that hot. We capture all the heat and we put it into the water. Okay, that's what makes it energy efficient. That's why you want the gas thing adjusted. And when it does that, a byproduct of that is condensate. And that's what that nipple. I did not make this up. This is on the instructions. I dare you to read the instructions. You'll find out about the gas valve and you'll find out about this. It should have a a condensate drain line that comes out, discharges in the yard, has a loop in it, has an air gap in it, has all these things. Okay, going out into your yard, you might even consider, I think this is an additional, but you might even consider a neutralizing filter for the condensate. If you do not take the condensate out of this, the condensate backs up through the water heater, and now we have a 5-year water heater. Not a 14-year water heater, not a 10-year water heater. You got a 5-year water heater. It's totally up to you. You want to replace this in 5 years? Then don't service this either. That little black valve right there, there's a screen behind there, and there's a series of valves that you can go on YouTube and read how to do this. If you're not so inclined, a plumber would do it for you. Both. A plumber would do it for you, for not very expensive. They just isolate the water, they take the screen out, they clean it, they put it back. It's not a big deal. It's really not a big deal at all, and it just goes a long way towards the life. Now, you might not even mess with that if you don't bother to mess with this, but these two things, the condensate drain line and the screen service, annual service, those are the two things that are going to help this water heater last. They're going to help this water heater go the whole mile. They're going to help you get your money's worth. Okay, this was not installed properly. This installation is incomplete. This was not installed properly. This installation was incomplete. I believe there should be an air gap right here, which would create the need for a safety pin.